Hey, it's nice to see everybody tonight. I hope everybody's having a nice holiday so far. I have been. We're having a special edition of Starfleet News tonight. I am your guest host, Erin Poole, and I'll be joined by Jeremy Carsten, who we're going to talk a little bit about some of the auxiliaries, and then we have a special engineering solutions program. Can you bring in Jeremy? Hey, I love hats.
Happy holidays
Yeah, you
to
too.
everyone. Star Trek land there.
So, I have a couple questions I want to ask you, but before I do that, can you tell us a little bit about the how the auxiliary services are doing right now and some opportunities that might be there?
Absolutely. So that was kind of the where I wanted to go with this to start. So since all of my I call them my children now, the auxiliary services, all of my unique flowers. I'm just going to go from the top down and make sure that everybody gets a little bit of love. So we'll start with the Marines. Near and dear to my heart. Um, the the applications for those have been insane. I had 13 applicants. So the process for finding a new commandant is going to be a longer one than than some of the others. But I actually enlisted a couple prior dons to help me whittle that down a bit. But that said, we will not be done by the 1st of January. So Ed Tunis will take over as acting commandant until that process is complete. Um, my my other persona over in Forcecom also informs me that I've been negligent in announcing that Adam Reese is the new brigade commander for 13 permanently. So that's the Marines. That's just going to be a little bit of an arduous process, just from the number of amount of interest that there was. Uh, the Starfleet special operations going smooth. Uh, no problems there. D's staying on board, so that's not open. Starfleet Medical. I do have, I think, 3 applicants at the time. We're still taking applications for that one. Um, the the deputy and Pip had decided they were going to step down at the same time, 1 January. So if you're interested in leading the Starfleet, those positions are open on HR. See here, who's next? Pet Fleet. That has and I'm happy to announce that we finished the interviews for all that one, and we're going to have Randy Mitson be the new director of Pet Fleet. So congratulations, Randy. Really excited about what he's gonna bring, and we're going to give him all the applicants for that to help build a new staff on that. Is still going. There's the CAG drive going on right now, or the food drive against CAG. So everybody go do food drive stuff and
Is it a
beat the
food?
Klingons.
Is it a food drive or a food and toy drive?
Both.
It's both.
Okay.
I keep forgetting that it's both. And the Marines also usually do a toy drive for this time of the year. The Toys for Tots, they help the United States Marines out with that fairly often. But that's like at a unit level. It's not really a competition. It's just a thing. Where was I? We were at oh yes, Pet Fleet, and then the Diplomatic Corps with CAG. We just started a CAG chapter, or I just became a member of a CAG chapter as well. So now I'm a little bit torn. Either way, I get to win, right?
Jeremy,
Um,
Jeremy, we have a question. It says, "How do I report to the for the CAG drive?"
that I don't have that information in my pocket.
But
Aaron
you do
Hines
know
is
who
leading
heads
that.
you do know who heads the auxiliary, so let's drop his name.
Right. So Aaron Hines is running that. So I know that there's Facebook posts, and that's kind of why I'm a little bit negligent, because I'm not a Facebook fan. So and we are going to get that copied over to Discord as well. But that's been ongoing. He is going to be looking for a deputy. I believe that is on it. If not, it'll be up there soon. So Diplomatic Corps, Tactical, Starfleet Tactical, still taking applications for that. I know I have one. We've been playing hit and miss getting him scheduled for an interview, but there's still time to apply for that's going to be a complete rebuild, pretty much, of how to do a gaming community within Starfleet. So kind of excited about that. Let's see here, tactical. Um, over to you in a minute for all the amazing updates for Starfleet Corps of Engineers. But I'll go ahead and been approved by the incoming CS and VCS that we will launch Starfleet Intelligence first of the year. And then Jason Garrett will be looking for his deputy, which will be up in HR soon. And it's going to focus on gathering information for people, helping people find information, predominantly where it's geographically located for events or focused on the different cultures of the various species in Star Trek. I kind of called it the four C's. It was going to be the cuisine, um, which of course would include their libations, the their calendars, if there's any established holidays or rituals or things like that that they are each race would be, and then the costuming. So if a way to help with costuming, so that's going to dovetail into uh, the Corps of Engineers costuming, how to do it. But this is just going to be like a place of resources to find out what you need to do and what kind of stuff, and then just their overall culture studies, things like that. It's not going to be alpha replacement. It's just going to be folks that are maintaining a list of good resources for each things. And then again, and then also if you have a question or something that you need researched, they're basically going to be a research department. But intelligence sounds more fun. So there will be, with all these things, there'll be a new website, and you can put in your intelligence requests, and we'll see if that pans out and has success. So with that, I'll turn it over to you for all the amazing things that's going on in
Well,
engineering.
before we do that, I wanted to know if sciences falls under your umbrella.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I know I forgot one of my
Talk a little
children.
bit about that.
Sciences is going strong. We're finally going to get them the website that they deserve. And under sciences is, of course, stellar cartography. Pardon me. The they're going strong. No leadership changes there, but they will probably start needing some web help. So I would expect a couple open positions to find their way onto HR for that fairly soon, to maintain that new presence to get things going.
I've been seeing so much stuff on HR lately. I'm wondering if, as long as you've been in the organization, which has obviously been longer than me, have there always been this many interest groups and opportunities within them?
No. First off, when we codified all these interest groups as the auxiliary services, it really was trying to put some structure to all of them. Like how do you sort all these unique, delicate flowers? And that was, they said that before, but with the growth of the diplomatic corps, the first stab at tactical that Kevin Plummer did, um, the Corps of Engineers, those are all completely new things. That's never been around. I mean, there's always been like some interest groups for different things, and there was Corps of Engineers Facebook group, but it was like talking about crafting. It was a little bit more um, narrowly focused than what we've constructed here lately. All of these, being able to just apply for the commandant or the director of medical or whatever. A lot of these were. I know the term "good old boys clubs" gets thrown around a lot, but there were just appointments we didn't always have the HR process. So I think those two things coming together means that we're really living up to the member rights of access to apply for anything all the way up and down the chain.
Well,
We saw
I
that
have to just interject something from my personal experience with it. Whenever I was working with you in auxiliary services as your acting deputy while we found you a permanent one, and you and I were taking applications and interviewing all these people. And the nice thing about it was we weren't just talking to people that we knew or that we were getting referrals from that we knew. These were people that we would have never met. And Ben, who actually took the position, he just
Yep.
dazzled us in the interview, and he's been really, really good. So I really want
Yep.
to.
First time ever working with him or even learning his
Oh
name.
yeah. So I really just want to stress to people that everybody with skills with this HR process has an opportunity to get these positions. It's all going to be based on your experience, how enthusiastic you are to have the job, how passionate you feel about it, and how much time you have to volunteer. It's really takes away from that buddy system. So I sincerely hope that if you'd like to do a little bit more, go to that HR website and apply for something because there's so many jobs right there, especially in the auxiliary. We've been talking about the Corps of Engineers. Um, that auxiliary has taken off faster than I could have ever imagined. And we're doing so much. We're designing logos for any chapter that might need them. We're building websites for chapters. It's been incredible. There's a 3D printing group. There are mentorships available if you want to learn about leadership because maybe you want to start your own chapter. There's also opportunity for you there to do that as well. So if you're have any interest at all in something like that, definitely go to the HR site and look around because there's going to be something for everybody that has an interest in doing more. And
Yeah,
there's my
on that note, you guys have been so successful in engineering. I did want to announce out kind of officially that we are going to be kind of a pause on giving you guys more projects. If you want something from engineering, I'm going to be the mean guy and be the gatekeeper. And like, nope, you got to go through me. I want you guys to finish polishing your internal structure now that you've had this massive amounts of interest and so much action that it's been amazing.
I can say with confidence if anybody needs a logo for their auxiliary, for their chapter, for the region, or fleet, Jeremy's not going to say no. It'll get done probably within 48 hours. So, let it,
yeah, so some of the little stuff, but I mean, some of the bigger, we're going to have to slow the boat just a bit so that you can get your legs back under you guys. We've had just, I mean, you guys have had so much success. I'm so proud of the Corps of Engineers. I was talking to Ryan Case, the incoming VCS the other, and I've been on the board of directors for almost 8 years now. I've done, as an RC, I've done things at the chapter level. I've served in the region. I've served in the brigade. Uh, served in various levels of Starfleet Marines. Advised a lot of people. The best thing I will have ever done for Starfleet is work with Erin to set up what we wanted to do for the engineers and let her go get it done. It was the Corps of Engineers are the best thing and has the most promise to continue improving everything about making anything for Starfleet and bringing people together for it and the mentorship. There's been nothing like it. And
wonderful thing about the Corps of Engineers is I am probably the least talented person in the group too. I mean, it's just amazing some of the costumes I'm seeing and the 3D prints I'm seeing, and all of these 3D printers like have this little community where they help troubleshoot each other's machines. I mean, that's absolutely magic that they can do that. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I don't want to talk about my auxiliary anymore. So what I do want to talk about is this engineering solutions. I got an opportunity to see most of it, not all of it. it's pretty cool. I like what you and Ken did with that. Of course, Ken's always a great videographer, but um, we are making some drinks. So I wanted to let everyone know that we have the non-alcoholic substitutions put in there in case you're diabetic or you don't drink.
One non-alcoholic substitution
Well,
out of the 3
we
drinks.
we took care of it. Don't worry, all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all of them now. Interesting.
Yeah. There'll just be a scroll at the bottom.
Yeah, I have not seen the finished product either. I mean, I was showed me the footage that
What
he
I
got,
saw was
but
really good. Hey,
when
Crystal's
they when they cut it together, it's interesting. So I'll be watching for the first time too.
oh, you'll like it if Chris will play it or
Roll
not.
that. Keep good footage.
And my heart is full of pain. I'm 1,000 miles away from home, just waiting for a train.
Pelder Joy, Joel on True, and happy holidays. According to some of the star dates, in many of the cultures and worlds around the Federation and beyond, it's the holiday season, and so we thought we'd do some holiday jokes. But first, do you know how to tell the difference between a regular calendar and a Christmas calendar? No L. So with that, we're going to start with some drinks. One of them can be batch, one of them can be made without alcohol, but we're not doing any of the normal stuff like eggnog or wassail or anything that's basically just taking a thing that exists and adding alcohol to it, because I feel you're all fairly competent. So for starters, we're going to do a holiday mimosa, because you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. And we're just going to build that in our own glass, so it's pretty easy. 2 ounces cranberry juice, that's what makes it a holiday after all. 2 ounces orange juice, because cranberry and orange are awesome together. And then we're going to top it off with a little champagne or sparkling cider of the world and whatever of your choice. This is the one that you can make without alcohol instead of the champagne. Just use like Sprite or something, or whatever is clever for folks that, if you're getting diabetic or whatever, then just club soda. Nice little garnish. And there is the holiday mimosa. Next up, we're going to do a peppermint checkoff. It's kind of a personal riff of mine just for the holiday seasons, upgrading a classic drink. First off, we're going to start with the glass. Don't know which camera to show it at, actually. But we're going to rim it with chocolate syrup. You can do this with simple syrup, but chocolate's better, so why not? And then candy canes. Crushed candy canes. You can beat the hell out of them and think of all the things that you'd like to say to the skipper while you're doing it. And it's a beautiful presentation. To make the actual drink, you're going to need some ice. And this is a really great one if you want to do in batches, because everything's really easy to upgrade. It's all equal parts. In this case, we're going to use 2 ounces, but you can do it in any size you want. So, first up, we're going to do some peppermint vodka. I, again, just beat some candy canes to death and put them in vodka for about an hour and get this nice, really pink vodka that's totally going to go away in the rest of our concoction, but looks pretty for other applications. 2 ounces Kahlua, or your coffee liqueur of choice. And 2 ounces heavy cream. You can do half and half if you want, milk if you want. I'm told non-dairy creamer works. I wouldn't know. Then you actually don't even have to strain this one because it's served on the rocks. But I don't like making it in the glass when it's got such a nice rim. So. That's pretty good. The peppermint checkoff. Next up is the holiday old fashioned, and unlike in episode 1, we're going to use regular aromatic bitters, unlike the orange bitters, which are usually my favorite. but these are just baking spices in a bottle, and it really goes well for the holiday season, no matter what planet you're from. So first off, we start with a glass, rocks glass, old-fashioned glass, whatever they want to call it. To that, we're going to add some cranberries. Come on, fingers, cranberries. I still like the maraschino cherry, so we're going to do a little of that. And instead of simple syrup or the sugar cube or the agave nectar, for the holidays and as a tribute to Jimmy Doohan, some maple syrup. He was a Canadian. And someone stole my muddler. All right, to that we're going to muddle things, which just is a fancy word for squishing them with the syrup. Then we're going to get very fancy, and it's not quite a Dyson sphere, but it's a nice sphere of ice. And it's going to look great in there. The only other ingredient is just a little bit, and by that I mean about 3 ounces, or your particular poison. That looks like 3 ounces. That's probably 4. And we have our very fancy garnish of a rosemary twig speared onto some cranberries. And actually, let's give it all a stir first. A holiday old-fashioned. Yeah, this is good. So, thanks for being here with us in the bowels of engineering here on the Battleborn and other places. We may have more guests coming. Apparently everyone's busy for the holidays, so there was no one to come fetch drinks. Guess this one's mine. And we'll see you next time on Engineering Solutions. I forgot to take a sip. Fly. Be free.
I'll bring over one of my spare tripods and we can mount that camera just slightly off to the side.
She's got one.
Oh, okay.
With like a light thing.
Nothing right now. Nothing right now.
No, we're not going to change it for today, but
yeah,
as we keep talking about our upgrades. And it's great because he's recording it, so I'll actually remember it somehow. All right. Build the things in the glass before the fucking glass hole.
Oh my gosh, those outtakes were funny. I hadn't caught that yet. Did you know that those were
Yeah, I did the outtakes. What? Okay, so we're Ken got me there.
Oh, you didn't know those were coming?
He had sent me those. I didn't know that it was actually going to make the actual cut. I thought it was for my own amusement. Guess it's for everybody.
What was the garnish that you put in the old fashioned? It looked like a sprig of rosemary, and then what were the berries on it?
It was cranberries.
There were cranberries? Looked
Yeah,
really
I said it, but it didn't really come out very well.
Yeah,
And,
we can post the recipes. I think our producer
Actually-
has them written down, so they can be posted. Sure.
I will actually add those specifically to a file that I've born, our list of drinks and concoctions that I've made, and share it with everybody. It's just a Google file, so and view it. I'm not sure where to post it. I know we have like a Garrick's like foodie section and stuff in our Discord, but we'll find the right places to disseminate it. Yeah, but absolutely, we could share it.
We can post it on members only or something too for these 3.
Right. Yeah. For the Facebook stuff, I'm just not. I was like trying to think where on the Discord.
We'll ask Sarit to do it for you on the.
We've got specialists for this.
Thank you, Sarit.
She's over here on.
I heard her. So what else is new? Are you doing anything special for the holidays?
Going over to our friend. We always kind of share the holidays with them. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. And oddly, we used to like hang out with them all the time, but we all got very busy, so it wouldn't like we had a shortage of seeing each other back to back, so it's kind of nice. We're going to have a prime rib cook-off.
I
He's
just
going to
found
fry
out,
it. I'm going to smoke, and we're going to see that my way is better.
I just found out that our friend Mike Calhoun is here and he can talk. I have a couple
Oh,
questions for him about stellar cartography, so that's absolutely perfect. He's going to drop in. Where is he?
absolutely.
Yay,
Hey,
there
Mike.
he is.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're doing good. I'm glad you're here. I wanted to ask you a couple questions about stellar cartography and how that auxiliary works. So, I'm just curious, what kind of interests and skills are people should they have if they want to apply to that? Is it just people who are enthusiasts, or is it for people who actually take photographs, or what are you looking for applicants?
It's literally whatever they want. Just enthusiasts, people that just want to look up at the night sky and see what's up there, or even up at the day sky. The sun is a fascinating object too. It is a star, So it's just anything you're interested in. The more interest we can garner, the better. But if you're into photography, that's great. If you're into just visual astronomy, that's fine. If you like binoculars, that's great. The more diverse interest we can get in it, the more we can actually get done. Up to this point, it's been a lot of just me, taking photographs and maybe doing a little tutorial on how I take the photographs. But I'm telling you what, if you want to start taking photographs, that's a significant investment. So maybe you look up at the stars with a pair of binoculars to start and find out if you really like it. But yeah, anything.
And then how do you primarily communicate with membership? Is it through your Facebook group? Is it through a Discord?
Primarily through the Facebook group, but I think I am going to go. I think I'm going to jump on the Discord bandwagon. I'm finding that I agree with Jeremy and you guys a lot, and the new VCS. We communicate a lot on the Discord, and I'm starting to see some value in that because it's more targeted, I think, and also more secure. So I do like that, but right now it's mainly on the Facebook pages. I've got one for, because I'm in Region 12, so I've got one for R12, but I've also got the one for Starfleet in general.
Okay, and then what regular activities do you have? Is it just for now while you're building it up, posting pictures, or do you ever do any like Zoom meetings with like talks about stellar cartography?
That the plan was originally to go ahead and do some Zoom meetings, and now that I've gotten a Zoom account, I would like to start that after the first of the year, especially during the winter. The winter observing season is fantastic. Everybody's favorite constellation, Orion, is up in the sky in the northern hemisphere, and it's a beautiful constellation to explore. It's got several nebulae in it, a bunch of bright stars. One we're just like, Betelgeuse, will you just explode already? And it's a good time of year. So that's something I would like to do eventually. I just want to make sure that we've got enough interest to make it worthwhile. And to me, worthwhile is 2 people, including me.
I'll join up.
Cool. We'll plan on it then. Maybe I'll make an announcement and I'll put it on the members only page so everybody can see it. And I'll get a plan to do it one evening where I can get out there with maybe with the telescope. We may not live stream any constellations, but we'll at least sit out there and talk about it when it's not 6 below.
I would love that so much. I know it's -3 where I am right now. It's so cold.
Yeah,
it's nice.
We actually got above 0 today for a brief time.
Yeah, everybody's been suffering in the north with some bitter cold. So I hope everybody's able to stay warm. I know that Jeremy has a couple more things to say, and you probably want to talk about stellar cartography. But before I forget, I just wanted anybody who's watching this now to know that there is an After Dark that's going to be on tonight. Probably, I think it starts at 10, right? Or is it 11?
I think that depends where you're at.
I think it starts at 10 Central.
It's 10 Central.
Okay. It's 10 Central. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So 11 Eastern, 10 Central. So, check that out. I think it's their holiday special. This might be the last one.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one as CS, right?
Yeah, it's going to be the last one with Steve as CS. So, yeah, if you can make it, you probably should. It'll be nice.
Yeah, I think
Otherwise,
I'll go put mine.
I sorry to interrupt you, Mike, when you were talking too, but I was like, if I don't say this, I'm totally gonna forget.
It's all right.
I
I barged in, man. I crashed the party.
am a member of your Stellar Cartography Facebook. So is that the best way for me to just like connect with what you're going to be doing?
I think right now, yes, I think it is. Because what I try to do, well, what I do is every Saturday I post some kind of a video that between 5 and 10, 15 minutes. That's right now I've got a PBS series that I'm actually, copying over from YouTube. That's on different cosmology or physics items. Black holes, big stars, gravitational waves, things of that nature. And then I have an image of the week on Sunday that I post. That go pull something off James Webb or off Hubble, or just sometimes there's information from NASA, and that I'll pull. And like we had an astronaut that went up on the last mission. That there was a neat story about her that I posted on there. So, but that's a once a week thing. That's something I try to really keep up. The only bad thing I did is I didn't send a report this week. So Richard, if you're listening, I'm sorry, boss. I forgot to send you a report. I got busy. So, that's about it. I just crashed your party. That's all.
No, it's okay. I've been seeing a lot of your photos that you've been sending us for the Starfleet News Service. I wanted to sincerely thank you for those because they're so cool and interesting. I can't wait to see more. I hope you keep sending them to us once a month so we can keep showing them off because they're just absolutely fabulous. I love it.
Every month, that's the plan. I got a brand new camera last month. It's a dedicated astrophotography camera, so of course it's been cloudy every day since then. That's just kind of the astronomer's curse. But as soon as I get an opportunity to start using that, I'm really, really looking for it. Because like the ones on my back wall, those are from a DSLR, just a standard DSLR camera. And most of the ones that I posted that I've taken are from that. I'm anxious to get on this dedicated camera, and I think I sent you a couple for the last news that were off of a dedicated Astrocam. It's a whole different league. So I'm looking really forward to doing that and getting you some more stuff. Once a month, the plan is to at least send you two with a good story behind them, and then maybe one from either James Webb or from Hubble to compare.
I see some beautiful photos on the wall behind you. Are those your personal photos that you've taken?
Yes. The one on this side is Andromeda, back over here. That one over there. I'm turned around. Camera's backwards. The one in the middle, that was my favorite. That's favorite lunar picture I've ever taken. And then, of course, the Great Orion Nebula, Messier 42 there, with the Running Man Nebula right above it. And that's probably my third image that I took of it. The growth is phenomenal. That's one of the things I like about it. I record my growth. Like my first picture of the Orion Nebula with just a little pink and purple blob that was about this big, and I was so excited because I actually captured color, and because all I had ever done is observe it. And when you look through a telescope, it's neat because you can see the nebula, but it's just gray. The human eye can't catch the color. First time I took a long exposure of it, it was awesome.
I know our friend Thomas Sigmundson had posted some photos of the Northern Lights. He's in Iceland, and they're really vibrant tonight. But when I am in Iceland in the winter and I'm looking for the Northern Lights, they don't come out right away. So you have to put a green setting on your camera, and you'll be able to see it in the camera before you can actually see it in the sky. And it's pretty cool that you can do that.
Yeah, and that was a massive coronal, big CME, a big coronal mass ejection that cost them tonight. They were really, really big, I guess, up in Canada a week ago. They had a really, really big show, but huge coronal mass ejection and a big solar flare that caused these tonight. That was stunning. I went nuts when I saw those. I commented a couple times on that. That's an astrophotographer's dream to see the Northern Lights that beautiful.
I've taken pictures probably pretty close to the same location that Thomas is in those, and I've never seen them like that ever.
Fantastic. Just fantastic.
Yeah, they were breathtaking. Hopefully Thomas can post them to his regional page so that anybody watching this, if they want to check them out, can go and see them because they're pretty awesome. I might ask him if I can steal them and just post them. Maybe in the comments for this stream and members only, but they're super vibrant and super cool. I've never seen anything like it. Okay.
I'll bet he'll give them up.
Yeah, I think he will too. He's a really nice guy. He loves to share his culture with us, so that'll be pretty incredible. Jeremy, before we wrap up, do you have anything else you want to talk about with the auxiliary services?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to talk to Mike here for a minute about his in general. So stellar cartography is kind of one of they're all unique, right? But it's a sub under sciences, almost kind of like, I guess, the engineer that's got all the different disciplines under it, but grow more different science focused silos or sub departments or whatever. But I heard a rumor that is it next year or the year after that there's going to be like an eclipse here in the stateside?
Yeah, solar eclipse next year.
Okay.
It should pass. It'll be a little bit south of me, but it may be worth the trip. It's only about a 4-hour drive, but yes, we should have a good solar eclipse. Weather providing. The last one we had, I think, was in 2018. That was visible in North America, and of course, that was the one day of August that it was cloudy. But
absolutely, why wouldn't it be?
Well, yeah.
So I'm going to.
There is one coming up. I believe it is this year, Jeremy. I think you're right, and I will actually find that information. I'll post that on Stellar Cartography page, and it'll show the actual path and the times that it will take when it passes over these areas of North America. But it'll start out right around the southern part or the southwest part of Texas, and kind of move northeast through the United States up through Canada, and it's just.
Yeah, I know it's going to go through my neck of the woods. So as RC people have been asking if events.
Yeah, I believe this is a full. I think this is a full solar eclipse. So it'll be awesome to see. There it is.
It begins in Oregon and ends in Texas. What date? But yeah. Anyway, I've got a task for you, sir, with my DAS hat on. I'm being shown a thing. Tell Jeremy it's going to pass. Yeah, I know it's going to pass.
This is
April. Oh, I'm sorry. April 2024. So we've got over a year to play.
Well, good. But I've got a task for you. Afford a Coronado solar filter. So.
Well, to help grow your department, I would like you to organize all the watch parties for the fleet and try and coordinate them. And so if anyone's looking for a watch party in their area, you could help direct them to the people. And so that's also a challenge to, if you're interested and you're going to do a watch party, please coordinate with Mike and Stellar Cartography. Let's get this going. We're going to get you a better website for all of sciences. And that could be a good portal so that we could have, an archive of information as well, not just in Facebook. But we're going to get sciences and with it stellar cartography up to snuff. But that's going to be your tasked operation, sir.
I'm on it. I've started. I rejoined the Astronomical League, and that is something that I hadn't been in a while. And they have communications with most of the major astronomy clubs around the United States, in particular, and several in Canada. So I'm going to start getting myself some contacts there, and that's where I'll be able to find out the watch parties. And even if they're not Starfleet specific, if they're close to you, at least
absolutely,
it gives you an opportunity to go out and look through a telescope.
Yep.
We
those people create the information where we could, if it exists, we just share it.
I'm telling you,
no used to reinvent the wheel.
Us astronomy nerds, there's nothing more that we love than showing off our equipment and pointing things out in the sky and dazzling people with our brilliance. So, because it's all we do.
I haven't been to a watch party since I was a kid. So I'm well overdue. So I'm probably gonna look at that too. So that's kind of the fun part of my job. Like, man, I wish we had this. Like, cool, I'm going to tell someone to go make that for me.
Well, I appreciate. Yeah, I will start getting on that, and I'll keep you advised, Jeremy.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Hey guys, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
I'm glad you came. Thank you for stopping by, Mike. It's nice to see you.
All right.
Hey, so we have to wrap up soon, Jeremy, but is there anything else you want to touch on before we do?
No, I'll just reiterate to go keep an eye on HR. Lots of opportunities coming up and already posted there. Do be patient a little bit. The system, the back end system of HR needs a little work. Brand's doing great. I believe the HR director position on HR right now. So if anyone's interested in doing that and helping Brand out, but there's also posts for all kinds of things. There's stuff, comms for the new administration for various things, and
I've seen
like I
so
said, there's
many.
going to be.
I saw chief of staff on there. Like all of the jobs go through HR now, and that's a beautiful thing.
It's one stop shop. Like, hey, I want to get involved. How do hr.sfi.org.
Yeah, I want to
But,
thank
yeah.
Mike Calhoun for dropping by. That was really interesting, and I am
It was fun.
gonna get more active in stellar cartography. I don't have the equipment, but I really want to be in there with those guys so I can at least see their photos.
Absolutely. go. You know, I don't have the equipment. I've got an RV though, so if we go out in the boon, I can, you know, I could play camp chef and whatnot. You know, I know my skills. Photography is not a.
Luckily, you're really good friends with a brilliant photographer named Ken, who does so much work for us with the Corps of Engineers.
Oh yes.
So, yeah,
Yep.
he can just be your photographer. I'm sure he'd like to go.
There we
camping.
go. Yeah, let's go. Go camping. Look at let photographers play, and
I am going to bid everyone a good night. I want to remind everybody that After Dark is going to be on tonight, and it's the holiday special. It's going to be the last one with Steve as CS. So if you can check it out, please do. I'll definitely be watching. Jeremy, thank you so much for all the information today and coming on. I appreciate it very much.
Oh, and thank all of you for making this kind of like, oh, I missed the last one, and there were so many things I wanted to do, and then Ken's the producer of Engineering Solutions. We were going to do a holiday thing. I'm like, let's squish it together, and this turned out great. Thank you very much for
Region
you
3
and Chris and.
Region 3 does some really, really cool video stuff. So I'm glad that we can have a part of that as part of the Starfleet News Service.
Yeah, we'll share Ken a little bit.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And thank you, Chris, for the guy backstage for everything that you do. Good night, everybody.